Well, kept y'all waiting for me tonight. My bad.
I was wondering if we were still gonna
I
have
was
the
I was
meeting.
hopping off. I was hopping off the last call, and holiday weeks. I am very aware that I am terrible at blocking out my calendar and organizing things. I am. I just literally this afternoon I was like, I need to close my calendar for Dopey weekend because I don't need that kind of stress in my life. I don't need that stress. How's everybody? I mean, I talked to most of you yesterday,
I was gonna
but
say I'm good, but you already know I'm always good.
you're always good. We're always good. Everybody's feeling on track.
Feeling great. It was like 50 degrees for my run this morning, and I wasn't expecting it.
What?
It was
What?
50 out. Like I was bundled up, like expecting it to be in the 30s, like it had been. So I put all my like winter gear on, thermals, got my reflectives on, went outside, and I started running. And like 3 minutes in, I thought I was sweating to death.
Started sweating to death. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
the exact opposite. I'm on the treadmill, but we're in the middle of a blizzard. I got a half a day off of work.
Oh, it's coming. Where are you at?
North Dakota.
Okay, yeah, it's supposed to come for us on Thursday.
I'll take 70.
I'll take what we got here.
I took the 70 this morning. It was fine.
It's fine. It's beautiful. I'm putting last minute touches on my slideshow for tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. If you see my eyes going up, so we're gonna chit chat because I forgot to put like two images in.
Now, that 36 on Saturday morning is not looking too inviting, though.
Is that what it's supposed to be? Where you
Here,
at?
up here in Tallahassee, yeah.
Oh hell no.
Oh, I think I'll move to Florida so you don't have to.
I grew up in Florida. I'm used to this.
No, thank you.
It was
No,
just that
thank you.
snow last January that threw me for a loop.
Yeah, you guys got snow. I remember that.
Yeah, 4 inches.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Amateur hour, guys. Amateur. For
That
instance,
just shuts
I
that just
don't
shuts
even.
down the city. That's all.
I
Yeah,
don't even. I, I don't even clear out the window for 4 inches. You just come outside and go, and that's it.
Oh
yeah, we're
my
at
I
gosh.
like
looked at it
six
and
or
said, "Is
eight
that the best
now.
you can do?"
Heather, I
Yeah.
don't know why, but your comment made me think, I just sent you that first form gift card. Wait till Black Friday. They always give away some free stuff.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything yet.
Yeah, hold off because I have a gift card from them that is
Did you get
just
your
sitting
gift
in
card?
my wallet
Oh.
and I need to re-up on stuff and I'm like crossing. I'm like, I gotta wait, I gotta wait, I gotta wait, I gotta wait because I want the Black Friday deals. But I tell you what, it is a scam because it's one of those deals where it's like spend this,
Yeah.
get this much more. And you're
Yep.
always like $7 shy of the next level.
And there's nothing for $7.
There's nothing for $7, no. And then I buy something stupid like a tank top. I don't need any more of those.
Well,
Closing all my
Always need a
background
cup.
yeah,
windows.
the
I don't
snow
even
didn't
want to be
bother
friends with
me, but
somebody who doesn't think you can have more cups.
Oh man, Josh is laughing at the 4 inches comment. It's too true. He's from
come
Michigan.
on. I mean, to me, that's nothing. I've got family that lives in Vermont, so I'm used to it. It's called whatever. That was nothing. That was a dusting.
There you go.
My town is routinely either number one or at least in the top three snowiest cities in the nation. So I
That's
don't
like
blame.
Buffalo.
Yeah, we beat Buffalo every year.
Not a competition. I do not miss Connecticut. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'll visit it, but I'm not going to go live in it. No.
I can never. People when I first moved, people are like, when you ever think about moving back? And I'm like, hello,
No.
it is 75 right now. No, thank you. No, thank you. Tonight I'm going to talk about fitness myths. So fitness myth, scams, fads to watch out for because the year is coming to a close and your feeds are going to Connecticut's not the worst, Lisa, you're there. But your feeds are going to get inundated with just BS and get fit quick schemes, which I don't believe in. And I will even with I think the first slide kind of contradict like I don't know. I'll break it down once I get there. I'll break it down once I get there, but I'll probably go. You'll be like, "Hey, I thought we just did that." Oh man,
Well, snowflake.
you just call me a snowflake?
No, I was talking to my dog. Sorry. I
Is
thought I
your dog's
muted
name
her.
Snowflake?
Yeah, she'll be 12 Thursday.
Let me shift you guys up to my top screen so I can look at my bottom screen. Shifting things around real quick. Look, control panel. My dog is Coda. And did I tell y'all my wife told me she wants another dog for Christmas? And I'm like, you know what? That's cheaper than the stuff you normally ask for, honey. So
Do it.
just get it. Just get a
Do
dog.
it.
Do it. Yes.
It's a dog.
I have 2 dogs and 2
Coda
cats.
is-
I am never going to say no.
She's a
Coda is an
Cocker
only
Spaniel.
child. Like, how does Coda feel about this?
Having another dog is not that bad. It really wasn't a notice when we got our second one. A little more work, but they say when you start getting 3 or 4, that's when you notice it.
I love when Heather chats with us and she's running and she's just like out of breath, it's like trying to get and a dog. Good job, Heather.
I'm cooking right now. I would rather be running or doing
Put the
anything.
knife down. Holy, oh God. I like your turkey shirt.
Oh,
There's my baby.
I was at work.
Why was
I had
it?
turkey earrings on too, but they're so big they didn't fit with my earphones on.
Where is my presenter button? What is going on with Canva
You keep
tonight?
talking about Coda. There's mine.
Aw,
Hiding in her Disney bed. Hush, kitty.
so cute.
Everyone say
And
hi
the
to
cat's
Mr.
over here
Michelle.
wanting attention. What's
So
her?
cute. Let's see. Let's see if this
I
works.
promised him he wouldn't have to be on the camera, so I thought I had to give him at least one hi.
This is like not technology is boggling my mind tonight. I'm gonna get it. Not like I haven't been doing presentations the past 3 weeks. I'll just go with this. Boom. Now we can share. Oh, share this window. Oh man. Yep. I think I got it. See my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Scams and fads to watch out for. I think I got like 19 or 20 of them. Talk tonight, why the myths still dominate. 20, I think I got 19 or 20. I've been taking notes on them and what actually works. And then obviously Q&A. Because I went with myths, I went with, the mythological creatures for the photo. Mr. Yeti, Mr. Loch Ness Monster to get us going. But this is why a lot of these myths and things have been around for a while. And the reason they're around for a while, the truth is harder to sell than the shortcut. Like it takes time. It takes time to see progress. It takes time to make lasting change. And one thing I hate, not hate, but I always try to when I have an initial call with somebody and they're like 400 pounds and they say, how fast can I lose 200 pounds? And I'm like, that's how long have you been at that? Well, I've been here for the past 20 years of my life. Well, we got some work to uncover to work around, and they'll go into some of the things I'll talk about tonight. They'll go into those things, and just never ends up working out well for you. Never ends up working out. The I thought this one was funny because we do 8-week challenges in here, do 6-week challenges, I do 3-week challenges, but that you can fully transform your body in 6 weeks. Why I think it's a scam. You can start a transformation. I mean, we just saw during the challenge, a lot of people make good habits, and some of those people are sitting here and they said, you know what? I like where I started, and I'm going to continue because of that. You could change, habits up, but 6 weeks is not a lot of time to rebuild metabolism. It's not very hard to gain a substantial amount of muscle in that time unless you're really in a good calorie bulk. Long-term fat loss, every challenge I do, I see some outliers. I see some people that I talked about it last night, man. Somebody dropped 20 pounds, somebody dropped 15 pounds in the challenge prior, and they're an outlier. Don't ever compare yourself to those people. But that's not a lot of time. Usually a challenge, pound a week, pound and a half a week, if we got all the numbers right at the beginning. And the numbers aren't always right at the beginning. We I've talked about that before, figuring out the nutrition numbers. There's Calories out is very easy, or calories in, very easy to figure out. Calories out is a combination of weight, height, gender, age, and the tricky one. The tricky one is activity level. And it's very hard to get a beat on that. We're making assumptions there. So that's where we got to adjust things. But I said, commit to 6 months, not 6 weeks. Start small. That's why the 3 week or the 6 week challenge comes in handy. Stay consistent with it. My least favorite word, sorry for anybody who says tone, is tone. I dislike the word tone. This workout will tone your arms, legs. So get ready to see. There's always some woman, she looks like this, and she's like, I do this every day to tone my abs. And that's not how it works. Muscle doesn't tone. You build the muscle or you don't. You cannot spot fat loss. You cannot say I'm going to do 1,000 sit-ups and expect to see abs. It's biologically impossible. The fat comes off, and unfortunately, it comes off generally last in the core, in the abdominal region. It's Women tend to get it more in the abs and hips. Men primarily the abs and sometimes in the chest, where we see it a lot. But abs and hips are where a lot of women will hold it. Abs, chest, men. And if doing 1,000 sit-ups was able to fat loss it, you'd see rip people all the time and work like that. You got to build the muscle, manage the nutrition, and the tone will actually magically appear. But there's no set rep scheme that gets you to tone. It's not fast workout. It's a combination of the nutrition and the strength training that gets there. It's a bit, people get addicted to sweating. So, and I used to be addicted to sweating as well. If you're not drenched, it didn't count. Sweat has no correlation to the calories that you burn, has no correlation to fat loss. It is a form of temperature regulation for your body. Now, if you deep dive and you go really granular with it, that the body performing the temperature regulation is going to increase calorie burn a slight bit, but it's so minimal, it doesn't really affect it a ton. Progressive overload will beat sweat. Strength always going to beat sweat. Recovery going to beat sweat. It's like I don't look at. I don't, oh man, I got a sweat. I got a good workout in today. I'm like, did I lift a little heavier or did I do a couple more reps? That's what makes the difference. This poor man's sweating in a very odd way. You're noticing his sweat marks there, weren't you? This is my favorite for the new year because everybody that calls me in January is like 9 out of 10. I shouldn't say everybody. Everybody reaches out in January is like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do keto. And I'm like, the hell are you calling me for then? Like, just if you already got a plan, give it a go. Give it a try. Works for some people, but carbs make you fat is not a thing. That's everything's got its place, and you're not gonna magically get fat off carbs. You get magically, you gain weight off a calorie imbalance. Keto is definitely a water loss diet, and I will stand by that because if I need, and I don't ever need to make a scale weight. Like I don't compete. I'm not a boxer or a UFC fighter. I don't ever have to weigh in for anything. But if I want to, tip the scales in my favor, and you know what? I ran gyms for almost 9 years, and for 3 years in a row, I won our transformation challenge. And the reason I won that challenge because it was weight based, and I knew how to tip the balance with water and how to manipulate carbs to give myself a very artificial drop in the scale in like 3 days. I knew more about those numbers, and I took myself out of the running the fourth year. I'm like, it's not even fair. I'm good at this. And keto with compliance, 5% long term. So people people want carbs after a while. Like, look at the delicious bread down there. Do you not want the bread, Denise? Want the bread. You want that little roll that looks like a little face. I can see it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Runners need carbs for performance too. Like Anytime somebody reaches out and like, yeah, I'm gassing out very early, carbs. Like introduce carbs at the right time, and it'll move the needle in the right direction. They focus on performance. Protein helps with recovery. Fat helps with the hormones. That's where I'm very big on. Do not don't don't get rid of any food group. They're all good. They all have their reasons. We just got to get the numbers right. Just got to get them right. Let's see. Let's see. 10,000 steps. I like it. It's a good goal, but there is no magic number that says, this it's a good baseline. And there's some evidence like, but 10,000, if that's just your single goal, it's not going to move the needle. And so many people are putting a little too much emphasis on it nowadays. But steps are movement. It's not, full on training. It's not getting the cardio system going as much as running does. It's not building muscle like strength training does. And it's not doing the magic in the kitchen, like the nutrition does. Doesn't build muscle, doesn't really improve the metabolism. So strength plus nutrition, that's the fat loss support formula. The steps support it. So I'm not saying go sit on your butt all day. I got like one of you's cooking, season's building a tree or something. I never know what you're up to. You decorating? Oh, you're building your wreaths. I remember that from last Christmas. Season does wreaths. If anybody needs a wreath, reach out, season@season.com. It's not her email address. Let's see. Lifting heavy will bulk you up. A lot of people, I get this all the time. It is so hard to get that man's physique. Like he is ripped, shredded. He's got brick abs. And especially for women, women lack the testosterone. To get to that level, and it's just so hard to do. You got to be in a very big calorie surplus to gain that much muscle. But more muscle will ramp up the metabolism. So you don't got to look like this guy with the crazy quads and like the 25 different abs, but you build a little bit, it's going to help the metabolism. The heavy training will increase longevity. So I think strong beats skinny always. I used to be so addicted to being 190 pounds, had to be 190 pounds, and just didn't realize how much performance I was leaving on the table. I feel stronger now and just able to run and not get gassed out. Bob, it says, I'm just looking at not the chat, but the images over here. It says Bob's PC so I can see. Okay. Y'all got some interesting nicknames. Supplements are the secret. This will be a big one. Like going into the new year, you're going to see a lot of really good marketing. A lot of really good marketing. A lot of this is going to help you torch this much fat and this and that. And some of you send me some every once in a while, but 95% of supplements is that money goes into the marketing. There's some good stuff to take, like a multivitamin. You should take a fish oil. Absolutely. I think they're healthy supplements. They help fill in some nutritional gaps, but a lot of fat burners in particularly are stimulants. And I've talked about this before if you're newer here. With those stimulants, they're going to add some additional ingredients to make you feel some type of way. So that being, let's go with niacin. Niacin makes the skin tingle. Oh, I got to pull my chat up here. Makes the skin tingle a little bit, and you get a little itch, and you're like, oh man, this is like burning the fat off me. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I'm not doing that, Mr. Bill Bread. I finally figured out how to get the chat up here. Strong is better than skinny. But yeah, stimulants. Yohimbe's another one, which will actually increase the body temperature, which is not exactly safe. Not the best thing you want to do. I mean, yeah, could go a little overboard there, but a lot of it is just stimulants. They don't actually burn fat. Like, if they and there is, we live in a time where yes, there is a shot you can take that's going to help you actually burn fat. You're going to burn muscle as well unless you strength train, but nothing you can buy in a GNC or on Amazon is at that level yet. And if there was, And that would be a multi-billion. If you invent that, let's talk. You got a big business coming. Sleep will beat supplements. Protein will always beat the powder. I know I sent Heather a First Form gift card. I take protein powder every day. Use it to fill in the gap. So 20 grams from a protein powder, not a terrible thing when I'm getting in 200 grams from real food every day. On the other hand, going, "Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just going to drink 18 protein shakes a day to hit my goal." Probably not the best idea. Running fasted burns more fat. So why this one's misleading? You have the same calorie burn long term. You're gonna have worse performance, and then you're gonna be hungry. I hear so many people, "Oh, I was starving after a run," and they just overeat after. Gotta avoid that. That's just setting yourself up for failure there. I don't know why I drew these lines here. I don't know what happened there, but fuel your performance, fuel recovery. Don't fear the pre-workout food. It's one thing that my wife does such a good job of. She makes sure when she's going on long run that she fuels beforehand. She's having her bagel with a little bit of peanut butter, and she actually just started putting Greek yogurt on it, which I thought was going to be gross, and it's actually, she said it's real tasty. So she's getting protein in, she's getting carbs, very little amount of fat. Um, berberine, berberine, Jess, really good question. Really good question. Berberine is a more of a more of a nutritional supplement than a like a weight loss supplement, if that makes sense. I'm not really phrasing that correctly. So like it's a nutrient. It's not a fat loss pill. What berberine does, it is good for the metabolism, but I think it acts on the same pathways that GLP-1 does. So it will actually it will boost your body's natural GLP-1 a bit. So everything I've read on berberine is good. And if I could take something, and you are not going to get, like, if you're going to a doc right now and it's costing you an arm and a leg for a GLP-1 and you're like, "Oh, I can buy berberine on Amazon for 30 bucks." It's it's not gonna do that. You're not gonna get that same effect, but it will increase it a little bit compared to metformin as well. Okay. Take it for blood sugar. So not a bad thing, but you know, always be careful though. Not everyone that Jen taking the words out of my mouth. Jen, you want to be the MVP tonight? She could be the MVP tonight. Yeah, I mean, with any supplement, don't go and buy 10 different things because you saw an influencer say they took it and start taking 10 things at once. Take one, see how your body reacts to it for a couple days, a week, any adverse side effects. Am I sleeping any differently? Is my heart rate elevated? We live in a really, really good time for data. I was like, my watch will tell me what my heart rate variability is. It'll tell me my resting heart rate daily, my average resting heart rate, my heart rate while walking. Having all that data at your fingertips, it's, oh wow. My heart rate has been elevated. My resting heart rate, which we don't want, has been elevated for a week. What am I doing differently? I started taking this berberine. Okay, now I stopped taking the berberine. And I'm not saying berberine is going to do that, but you stop taking it. Huh, it's back to normal. Maybe I don't want to take this supplement. Maybe the risk doesn't outweigh the reward for me because heart health is always going to be really at the top on my list. Just curious. I took it for about a month and did notice I didn't get that shaky, hungry feeling as often. That's why it works on the same pathways that semaglutide, Ozempic work on. It's going to help blunt those hunger signals, and it will hit everybody a little bit different though. Oh, we're getting messages right now. Just eat less, the weight will fall off. Eating too little. Now, eating less, yes, that's at the end of the day, that's the function of a calorie deficit. But if your baseline is 2,000, your maintenance is 2,000, you want to be anywhere between 1,500 to 2K, does not mean eat 800. Hunger becomes unsustainable, performance tanks, that causes rebounds. Um, I met with somebody. I met with somebody on Friday, and we'll keep it anonymous because I don't like to share people's too information too much. They we opted not to work together because there was just a disagreement, fundamental disagreement, and the plan she wanted to take and the plan that I thought was better for her. It's the reason she got rid of her current coach was she was looking for me to tell her that her plan and not her coach's plan was the better one. She had done a diet. It was called like the PJ diet or the JP diet, JR diet, I don't know. And it was like 6 apples a day. 6 apples a day. And that was it. Of course you're going to lose weight until you stop losing weight because your body just tanks, and it's just like, oh, my energy was just dead. I'm training for this race, and I was just like, I can't do it here. I was like, well, you need to reverse diet. You need to get back up. I did the math on 6 apples. I'm like, well, that's like 400 calories, and we need to work our way back up. Your body happy metabolism would be at 1800. What's that look like? That is, you don't go from 400 to 1800, you go from 400 to 500. See if we can minimize the fat gain, incorporate the strength training so that additional calories do go to building muscle, and see if that performance starts coming back. See if, you know, no, I think I'm just going to go back to it. I think I'm going to go back to the diet. And I was like, okay, toddlers eat more than that. Look, that's a really simple yet good point. Like, I look at what my 7-year-old nephew eats, and I'm like, this kid's eating a solid amount of calories, and he's a little string bean. But growing humans need that. Like, you're an adult, you do need a decent amount of calories. So eat enough to train hard enough to change the body. What do I have these scribbles on my screen for? I don't know if y'all can see those. I can see them. They're driving me crazy. Oh, annotate. I must have clicked that. If the scale isn't moving, just run more. Why that one's a trap? Running burns calories, but it doesn't build muscle. Somebody deleted their post yesterday on that Run Disney page, and one guy almost kind of chomped back at him, and I was like, no, nope, you're wrong. It does not build a substantial amount of muscle, and generally the cortisol, chronic cardio elevates cortisol. That cortisol release from just adding more and more and more running is going to, blunt muscle building. And somebody was like, no, you're going to build so much muscle. That's why you're gaining weight on the marathon. I'm like, I don't think this woman would be looking for guidance if she was gaining muscle, because you're going to notice if you gain 5 pounds of muscle. You're going to notice if it's 5 pounds of fat. I was like, I don't think that's the issue she's having here. And then the post mysteriously disappeared. If anybody can find it, send it to me because I would love to share my opinion with people sometimes. Terrible. Um, but yeah, it's good. It's cardio. It does burn calories, but it doesn't build muscle, which muscle also burns calories. So having a good balance of the both, really good. And a lot of runners tend to often underfuel, which I get to see that all the time. But a strong runner tends to be faster, leaner, and more resilient, which is the call I was on before this. Girls like, I did a 20 miler. First time I've ever done 20 miles. I had no pain. I was getting pain at 12 miles a month ago when we started. And now I've done this for a month and I feel good. So that's my end goal for most people. Ooh, I love these. I love these. Fix your gut with this detox tea and cleanse. Don't be shy. Has anybody ever done a cleanse or a detox tea? You can put it in the chat. It's okay. I'm not going to judge you. Oh, I'm going to judge you. Oh, I thought I was on mute. I'm not going to judge.
I have. I did dandelion root tea.
You know what? I gotta look. I had to do a super weird diet when I can see it if you have to do a super weird diet. But you can't flush out the toxins with these detox things. A lot of the detox products, they're expensive laxatives. Zero long-term benefits. You almost always gain everything back. The liver detoxes. If your liver's healthy, it's going to detox. If your kidneys are healthy, they're going to detox. The teas do nothing. Um, why did you do dandelion?
So it was part of like a challenge at the gym I belonged to at a time, and it was recommended by actually the guy who started the whole gym. Just like not, it wasn't like a cleanse, like it wasn't the only thing that you had. It was just drink this during the day. I forget why. I don't know. I don't even remember why they said, but it
So
I don't know.
I pulled it up because I know dandelion root is actually used in a couple of supplements out there. It's used in a couple of supplements, and it is used by some people in the very final stages of like competition prep. So I quickly pulled out my phone and did a little Googling, and because I thought I knew why, but I wanted to make sure I was 100%. But it supports liver health, so traditionally used as a liver tonic, stimulates the bile production and helps to filter toxins. Which, if you're most people at the end of bodybuilding pump cuts are using some exogenous hormones, so they might want to support the liver a little more. Also aids in digestion, so it's got inulin, which is a prebiotic fiber, so that's another win there. May reduce inflammation, but the big one is it's a natural diuretic, so it actually will increase your and this was the one I was thinking of. It increases your urine output, which helps reduce water retention and manage blood pressure. So if you're holding less water and you're peeing more, yeah, your scale's going to go down. So that's why a lot of people use it to drop weight and cut weight real quick. How'd you feel? Were you peeing a lot? TMI. Actually, there's no TMI in.
No. Probably not because I find going to the bathroom to be one of the greatest inconveniences of life. Um, you have to remember, like, I was in a profession for 14 years where like I needed permission to go to the bathroom. So it became, I mean, it probably helped me drink more because I was trying to keep up on this challenge. But I mean, up until a few years ago, I was lucky if I got 20 ounces of water a day. Um,
All
you
right.
know, not counting like coffee. I don't know, it was a really long time ago, but I maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
If it did, Dale's not in the room right now. If it did, I would have been complaining. He didn't say anything, so it must not
You
have.
didn't say anything. I've done the cabbage soup diet a few times to help with reducing sugar cravings, but not meant for long term, more of a reset. If I was going to support anything like this, a fast would be more than anything. A fast anywhere between 24 and 72 hours. I did my first fast when Kim went up to New York a couple months ago. Lasted about 36 or 39 hours before I took in food. I did incorporate bone broth after the first 20 something hours, and that was that was interesting, but that does help the body with cellular autophagy, so clearing out the bad cells. So there is some science coming out about that, but a lot of these teas and this just designed to sell you something. I know a lot of people who swear by the whole hot water with lemon, cayenne pepper, and honey or something like that. Um, I see those influencers too, and they piss me off. I just keep my mouth shut. There's a lot that swear by it, and it's usually the influencer pushing it. Oh, speaking of influencers, you can get shredded with 10-minute influencer circuits. Why it's nonsense? It's too short. Tends to be no progressive overload. It feels intense, but it does not stimulate change. You're moving fast. You're gonna sweat. It feels like you got your butt kicked. Usually, you will see exercises like burpees or like running man mountain climbers on the floor, things designed to get your heart rate up and make you feel like you did a whole lot in 10 minutes. But you can start in 10 minutes. And if you're on the couch regularly, if somebody is saying, like, I have not worked out, we got to start with 10 minutes. Like, you got to start somewhere, but thinking, there's so many out there. I'm trying to think of the girl's name, but it's no bueno. It's not gonna make a ton of progress. Fasting during Lent for one day at a time is a struggle. So 90 plus hours is a no. I have a coworker who is Muslim. She has my absolute respect for doing her yearly ones. That's tough. And um like that it's wild that watching people able to follow that and stay on point, because not eating during the daylight hours, like they get up early before the sun rises to have the final meal, and then they have is it the sun goes down? Wait, they don't eat during the day.
Yeah,
They
they
eat,
don't eat during daylight hours.
they only eat during the and yeah, and it's like a
Yeah.
feast when it's past that time at
Mhm.
night.
I
But
had I had elementary school kids who did it, and it was like insane because the one year it fell during the one year it was we had field day during that time, and like you're not even supposed to drink water.
yep, you're not supposed to have
Like
water.
nothing. But when you heard of this kid talk about the feast that you have to break the fast, and like the first thing they did, I don't know if this is traditional in general or whatever, or just what his family did is they eat like dates, and the way he talked about eating food after that long without it was like it was amazing. Like this kid had all my respect. He was 10 years old and he didn't eat all day.
That's awesome. I feel like there's a documentary out there about the blue zones. I think I've talked about that before, where they look at different cultures that have, exceptional longevity. It's like, oh, these people live till 100 years old. Why? And they look for like the commonalities. I'm betting that's one of them where they live they live longer because of that fast that they incorporate during the year. Tried a 24-hour fast once for a church thing and did not last. I get too shaky when I don't eat. I I thought about continuing to push mine. It was somewhere in that 36, 39, I think range. I don't remember. It was like a month ago. And thought about continuing to push it, but also my wife was in New York for like 2 days and she doesn't really love Italian food. So I broke my fast with a calzone, not the healthiest thing to do, a calzone and a chicken parm. So I really wanted to have that while she was gone because she doesn't love Italian food. So I gotta feed that beast every once in a while. But I would like to try eventually a 72 hour. I don't think it's the right time of year with Dopey coming up for me to go that route. But I felt like after 30 some odd hours, I was like, I can actually keep going. And then there was the other part where she wasn't in town, so I was like, I can hang out in the gym for a good portion of the day and not have to just no schedule. So I will try 72 hours one day. Lose fat and gain muscle fast with this protocol. Recomps take months. So it's very hard to gain, after a while, it gets very hard to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. Your body wants to do one or the other. It wants to shift resources for that. So you got to be very strategic with calories, and it requires consistent lifting and patience. Like, think, oh, what supplements do you take? I get that all the time. And it's like, dude, I've been just doing this for on the regular, and I still find stuff where I'm like, I can get better on that. I can do that better. You can get stronger here, and it's a time investment, but it's a worthy one. So long-term lifestyle, not just the challenge. And I just coming from somebody who runs challenges, it's to start building that habit with people and start getting you into the groove and taking the first steps. Ooh, we talked about the sauna. Burn calories and melt fat with infrared sauna sessions. Has anybody ever been to sauna where they see the guy in the sauna suit or a woman?
Yes.
Larry, do you own the sauna suit?
No. I
You have
won't
the
get in a
sauna suit.
sauna with a sauna suit. Sorry.
And I always look at them and I shouldn't judge. I shouldn't judge, but I'm like, if that was working, as well as you think it is, that you've been in this sauna, sir, for the past 3 months with that suit. Like if it was working as well as you think it is, you would look a little bit different. Like we wouldn't be there. Stressing it. I could not get in a sticky, muggy, gross sauna suit. I love the sauna. I could not get into that plastic bag. It just looks disgusting. Probably smells. You gotta must have wash that thing all the time. Um, but the sauna removes water from the body, not fat. You're gonna sweat. There are so many health benefits for the sauna, but fat loss should not be one of them. The calorie burn is very minimal. It does slightly mimic zone one, maybe zone two exercise, but not to a crazy vast degree. Jujitsu friends trying to make weight in the sauna. Then I could see using it. That's where I would say if you are trying to make weight, the sauna suit comes in handy because you will sweat a lot. But what do all your friends do before they compete? They're gonna go and reload water. They're gonna chug a gallon of water. They're gonna, they're not going into competition dehydrated. And a lot of them um they cut food too for that 24 hours because they got to hit a certain weight and they know, all right, let's just say weight is 180. One of the girls that used to work for me, her boyfriend was a competitive MMA fighter and he would go from 205 to 200 or 205 to like 180 in a matter of days, like 3 to 5 days. And she's like, yeah, it's freaking miserable in my house. He has not he has not eaten. He has not had a sip of water. He's in the sauna all the time, just trying to super unhealthy. The worst thing you could do for you. But well, yeah, casually dropped 25 pounds. And the second he stepped off the scale to weigh in, he hit the water, he refueled and got ready for the fight. Because you got to think, what, 24 hours after weigh-ins before your fight? So worked out for him. I've been seeing a boatload of this, a boatload of plants are toxic, microtoxins and all of this stuff in the plants. You just got to eat meat. I'm a meat eater and I had to throw this on here, but I've been seeing this a lot lately. Just eat meat. Plants are garbage. They're not healthy for you. Um, this includes berries. I've been seeing are berries bad for me? Is fruit bad for me? Vegetables bad for me? I'm like, they are nutritional powerhouses. If you cut all that, you're missing micronutrients. Very unrealistic for athletes. Like look at all the deliciousness down there. Like all that, I just look at as different forms of fuel. And this is going to wreck your performance. You're going to feel like crap if you just go all meat and try to run. Balance will always be at extremes, but everybody wants that extreme. Oh man, see, I didn't line this one up right. That's on me. Daily ice baths to optimize performance. So why this one is overhyped. Now, I am a proponent of these, and a lot. I said that earlier. There's been a lot of things in here that I've talked about doing that I will do myself regularly. I know Dale does this. I support it, but cold exposure after a workout is now showing to reduce muscle growth signaling. It shuts down inflammation almost too fast. So when you go in the gym, you lift weights, that inflammation is part of what makes the muscle grow. They found that people that were going in immediately after weightlifting were reducing that signal. So not so good. Now you go off for a long run, your body's inflamed. That's a good time because you're not building too much muscle. Bring the cortisol back down. Perfect time to do it then. But it'll never outweigh poor training or poor recovery. And they call my area Medical City. Jen knows, and there's a lot of Jen, you would probably say it. There's a lot of health conscious places in Lake Nona. Outside of my gym, there is I don't know if you ever heard of a guy, anybody's heard of Dave Asprey? He's the inventor of bulletproof coffee. It was like a keto coffee. He takes biohacking to the absolute extreme. He opened a place, can't think of the name of it. It's right outside my gym. That is all, yes, the armies of road bikes. And it's all about performance. It looks very cool, but you'll see people that go in there and they're like, they don't do much else. Like, hey, do you exercise? I'll talk to people. You exercise? What kind of exercise you do? No, I don't do any exercise, but I do all this good stuff for me, the cryo, the sauna, the this, that, and the other thing. They don't eat right. And it's like that will going in that cryo booth and dying for 3 minutes is not gonna fix poor training or poor recovery. Doesn't replace quality sleep, but it can improve sleep. It's not going to move the needle too much on the scale or mobility. You got to stretch along with it. It's a tool. It's a tool, not a miracle. I did kind of look at it way back when, look at it as a miracle because I've bought into some of these things before. Like when I tore my bicep, I did cryotherapy. I had a partnership through the gym I had at the time. had a partnership where they brought me in. They let me go in every single day. Basically, I just had to promote them in the gym. I had to have my staffs promote them in the gym. Fine by me. I went in there twice a day just to expedite recovery. Maybe it helped, maybe it didn't, but that was, I was willing to go that route for 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes in the afternoon. Wasn't too much time out off my day, and I was getting it for free. But it was a tool I used. Do I think it was the silver bullet? No. Eat like your favorite fitness influencer. I saw a dude the other day. He was posting like, all right, eat 8 ounces of chicken, eat quarter cup of rice, 10 ounces of ground beef, half cup of rice. Like he shared his whole meal thing and said to get shredded. We have no idea what this man's age is. His well, we knew his I know his gender. We don't know his age, we don't know his height, we don't know his weight, we don't know his goals, we don't know his activity. It's he's not Jess. So him telling eat this and get shredded. Jess, your name was the first one I saw up there. Eat this and get shredded does not mean a thing because his calories are not my calories. They're not your calories. His hormones, as he looked like he was a 24-year-old kid who was in the prime of testosterone production, like he was just, yeah, he's probably able to eat a whole ton. And his lifestyle's not yours. It didn't look like he was raising kids or anything. But personalization, making sure the numbers are dialed into you will always beat imitation. Switching your calories daily to trick the metabolism, it doesn't work. Why it's silly, the metabolism is it's not dumb. Like confusion, and this goes for workout confusion too. There's, oh, I gotta confuse my muscles and just do this and that and the other thing every single day. It's not scientific. It's just both sides of it. The calories and the workouts, it's just ends up being disorganized and never leading to progress. Metabolism doesn't need confusion, it needs fuel and training. I think this is the last one. I've always wanted to be able to do this. That's why I shared this image. I got close. I found a picture of it the other day, but it never looked that clean. My hamstrings are too tight. Extreme discipline challenges. So at least like three of you will ask me in the next month and a half, hey, what do you think about 75 hard? And I think it's a whole lot of good with a lot of failure because of the all or nothing behavior. Like, and if you've never done 75 hard, it's 75 days of 2 a day workouts. One of them must be outside. Read 10 pages in a book. Drink, I want to say, a gallon of water and track your nutrition every day. It seems very, well, it's not bad. Well, it's not bad, but it's got such an extreme approach that if you hit day 25 and you drop the ball, you don't go to day 26. You go back to day one and try again, type of thing. So I just don't think it's sustainable. Like, geez, January 1st, 75 days from there, I might come out the gate strong, but I know I'm going to go off track. I'm not even trying to work out twice on dopey day, on dopey weekend. Nope. So I'll drop the ball there. I got to restart. I'm going to make it January 29th before I head out to California and I got to eat airport food and I just don't have time to to get a second workout in that day because I'm traveling. Yeah, oh well, we'll be fine. Well, but also I'm gonna go out on February 14th. I gotta take the wife out to dinner for Valentine's Day. It's like things happen. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can do all the right things for a good amount of time and give yourself a day to enjoy Valentine's Day or Christmas or Thanksgiving. I just literally posted about that on Instagram. Like, please, if I do not let me see you tracking calories on Thursday, I will talk some crap to you. Go enjoy some time. Unless you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, go enjoy some time with family. Just eat a good amount of the turkey, get your protein in, and take one day to de-stress it and enjoy life. No nuance, no flexibility to that. Definitely creates rebound cycles. Transformation shouldn't be a punishment challenge, but a sustainable system. That's all I got there tonight, y'all. That's all I got. Hopefully, I didn't overwhelm with my slides. What else you got for me, kids? Sonya, you look a lot like you're feeling a lot better than you did 5 hours ago.
I am feeling better, thank you.
Sonya finished up the challenge, getting a little under the weather.
Yeah.
It's okay. Jen said the armies of road bikes. That is such a. She's referencing my neighborhood. She lives I guess you would say on the other side of Orlando Airport, down the 417. And yes, my neighborhood is full of armies of road bikes, and every time I think about doing an Ironman, I end up driving by these guys in singlets, and I'm just like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'm going out on the road in that one piece singlet and training with these guys. I just don't know if it's my vibe. Don't know if it's my vibe. Oh, let's see. Who else got something to share before we go into, holiday week? Nothing. No shares, no
Trying to
question.
trying to
I,
pace my friend to get her a POT.
you're gonna pace your friend for a POT?
That's the goal. That's the goal.
When? Where?
Thursday, we have a 10K turkey trot, and she was really nervous about it. Like, but when we were doing 6 miles on Saturday, and actually at mile, like we were doing like a slow pace mile, 3 miles out, and then we were going to race pace back to the car. But at mile three, there was actually a race that they were doing that was a 5K, so we signed up, and then we race paced in, and and I think she can do it, and I think she can crush it. So I'm excited to pace her for it.
You're excited to pace her for it?
Oh, absolutely. Like I want to get her there. I want her to get this POT. Like
It's too
I
much
want to
pressure.
get her there.
Too much pressure for me. I would not want to be a pacer.
I I didn't start out wanting to be a pacer, but
Hi.
I mean,
Oh, hi.
who do we have? I just heard a voice that's way cuter than mine. Oh my goodness.
That's my grandson.
That's funny. He just popped his little head on there. You got this. What's the pace you got to hold?
Um, well, so to get the POT, we got to hold 10:57 for the 10K. Um, so I mean, she did the 5K with 10:47, and I think she can do it. I think she can do it.
I think she can do it. I think she can do it too.
I want her to do it. I want her to be proud of everything that she's accomplished. She's lost 57 pounds since Dopey last year.
Badass.
I know. And she like
Gotta watch
when
my
she was
language
doing
when there's a
Dopey last
child here.
year, when we were doing when I didn't do Dopey, when like all of her Dopey and all of her races last year, she was at the front of the corral, like just trying to beat that 16 minute to get the balloon ladies. And you know, she did a 33-minute 5K last week, so on Saturday. So like I know she can do it.
Dude, she's got this.
Yep, I'm excited for her.
She's got this. I get to go on a nice, easy run tomorrow, so I'm just gonna enjoy that.
Just, I was so excited about like after I finished Wine and Dine, I was so excited to just take the next like couple months of all my races to just be like easy, fun pace winter runs. And then when she told me her goal, I was like, okay.
Oh, I feel like you needed that because I recall after Wine and Dine, you say, "What do you do after Wine and Dine when you have nothing to work for and you're not motivated right now?"
It's
So
been
funny how the universe works. It kind of delivered
it's
that into your
been
hands.
It's been great. I haven't missed a single strength training session. I rotated one because of my birthday or because of work, so I had to rotate one
I had to win
from
Harry Potter
Friday to
trivia.
Sunday. But listen, that was important.
What was the final question?
The final question was bullshit. So we missed three
There's a child
questions.
here, apparently.
Oh, sorry, heck. It was bull
It's
heck.
it's Bob's grandchild, so I imagine he's heard worse.
Um,
Absolutely. His father is a
the
Marine. Believe me, he has
the
heard
three
worse.
questions the three questions we got wrong were um, Fred and George are twins, and what other celebrity has a twin? So what does that have to do with Harry Potter? The second question was, um, the second question was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows was the number one book of pre-orders with like X million pre-orders, and in 2015 that was broken by what book? Okay, again, what does that have to do with Harry Potter?
Twilight, the
And
second one.
no, it was To Kill a Mockingbird, but through the girl's point of view.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Um, And then the final question was at this brewery, what was the first beer that they ever brewed? My first time ever being at this brewery. I don't know.
It's a scam. You got
But every
you
Harry
still
Potter
won.
question we got.
You still won.
Yeah, we still won.
All right. Jen, benefits of salt rooms. What do I think of them?
Ooh,
I've never done a salt room. Everything I've heard, it clears the airways, supposed to reduce inflammation. We've gone on a cruise that has a salt room in it, and I just told you I've never done it. And I'm going to make the assumption that the cruise salt room is probably not as good as one of these buildings that they purpose built as a salt room place. I noticed nothing. Kim and I have sat in there for like 10 minutes and we're like, okay, we're just in this lukewarm room. What is happening here? Uh, and then we move on to the steam room of the sauna. But yeah, I've heard it's stress relief, thins the thins that mucus, clears the airways. It's supposed to boost your immune system, but I don't have enough experience. I would try it. I'm not opposed to it, but I just think on the list of fitness things that I would try is very long. I'm like, I would go to that. I would go do cryotherapy every day. I'd go to that Upgrade Labs place. I knew I'd come up with the name of it on the regular. There's just not enough time for all that stuff. So maybe I'll give it a try one day. Is Groupon still a thing? I used to try stuff all the time because of Groupon, and then I stopped doing that. Maybe I'll look for it. Oh, all right, let's see what else we got. Yeah, so that's my salt room stuff. Blizzard warning tonight. Sean, you new here. Val, you're new here. If you haven't looked over the on-demand section yet, go in there. I just had a right before I had everybody, I had a call with somebody and she was like, "No, I haven't seen that. She's been here for a month. She hasn't popped her head on. She's out to a birthday dinner, so couldn't join us." But I was like, "Yeah, you gotta go pop your head in there." The on-demand section is
Yes.
extra stuff. Who said
Yes,
yes?
this is Shauna. I love the stair one. Kicked my butt.
Like stair one? But yeah, dig through there because there's stuff you can do at home. And if there's ever anything somebody comes up with that I haven't thought of yet, request it. I'm gonna have to make a new library in there too because I've just been working on fun ab ones lately.
I got free weights. I've got a treadmill.
Oh, so you're set.
Amazon has this little thing that turns your free weights into kettlebells. So I have that.
Ooh. Ooh. Don't say that too loud because my wife's been trying to get me to get rid of my kettlebells. They don't get any use. They're in the garage. I actually used them for a video yesterday. Um, they're in the garage and they're there in case COVID were to ever happen again, and they shut my gyms down. Just get rid of all this equipment. And I'm like, do you remember what happened last time? I lived in a park for 8 weeks until they opened things. I spent all day in the park by myself with headphones. Oh, so you're set. You're good to go. You can embrace the snow.
And since I like to do the strength part before work because then I don't have to worry about time constraints on any cardio type activity I might want to do after work. So not going to the gym, it's more time than I can spend doing the strength and not worrying about rushing through or cutting stuff out.
What time do you work out?
Like my alarm goes off at 5,
Oh man.
and depending on how long I have to take feeding the cat, because he's decided he needs someone to watch his back while he eats. I'm usually starting my workout about 5:15, 5:20.
I was gonna say I could never do it at home because of the dog. He would just bark at 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, mine still sleeps.
Not this one. Not this one. I was leaving the house yesterday morning, right around 4:45, and I opened the fridge to get my coffee, and I just saw these eyes on the couch, and I was like, "Why are you here? You usually sleep in the bed. I thought you were in the bed." And and yeah, he was there, and then I got halfway to the door, and he just started barking like a lunatic, and was like, "You are not getting out of this house without giving me a treat, you dummy." And I said to my wife when I got home, I said, "What is?" What is he? Why was he on the couch last night sleeping? She goes, "Oh, he tried to jump up onto the bed and he couldn't make it. He gave up after 3 tries and went to the couch." I was like, I feel so bad.
please
See?
add to cart one of those little steps for Coda.
He won't
Thank
use it.
you.
He won't use it. We've had them. We've had them. He refuses to use it. He can jump
How do
up,
they-
but sometimes he slides back down. He'll get like halfway and it'll slide down. It's not a high jump. And then like after nighttime potty, he will wait outside the bed and he's like, okay, it's bougie mode. You took me out of the bed to go to the bathroom, bring me back. Put me in this bed.
Correct.
My lab started doing that on our hiking trip, and I think it was they didn't want to ride in their kennel in the back of the truck, but they just sit there and stare at you. Like, they can put me in? I'm 60 some pounds. I can't jump that high.
Poor baby.
So get a couple extra lifts in.
Poor babies. Season's going on her first ever Disney cruise in December. What should I know about cruises and Castaway 5K? I've never done a Disney cruise and I've never done Castaway 5K. Does anybody have any?
Castaway is
So
done at your own time. It's not, it's, you just show up to the bike shop there, afterwards and just make note. The course is mostly well marked, but you do have to do the loop through the wooded area and whatnot, that trail that branches off of the runway. You have to do that loop twice and then head back to get the full 5K. I mean, although you don't even have to do anything and just go up and get the thing and they'll give you the little medal anyway. But
Season's
be
What
honest.
Krista said,
do not embarrass me.
and I found watching the video, I found watching a video of somebody doing that 5K that really helped me figure out, okay, this is where I loop twice. Also, pro tip with the Disney Cruise Line, you can get Mickey Premium ice cream bars delivered for room service for free.
I can't even judge because I say enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself on cruises. It's kind of well marked, but pay close attention. My husband did too many loops and it was hot.
They have ice cold water on the loop. Like when
Mhm.
you get into when you get past the runway area and you go into the loop area, you'll see, and there is a potable water stand and it's ice cold.
Get the
Oh,
rainforest.
definitely, yes, definitely do the rainforest pass. Oh,
What is that?
glorious. It's like a it's like 3 room session where you have like a steam room, kind of like in
That's
your other spas, like the steamer.
that's
Yeah, and it
that's
is
what we do on the celebrity
amazing.
cruises. You get the steam, the sauna, the God knows what it
Mhm.
is, salt room, a crystallarium, which I definitely do not believe in. Just go and harness the energy of the crystals. And I've gone in there though, because people and then there's the Turkish bath. That thing is roasty toasty. Oh man, I like those. So rainforest room if I ever go run on Disney cruise.
Mhm. I don't know which ship you're doing, but the adult dinner at the like Paleo or Palo, worth it. It is so worth it. It was one of the best meals that I've ever had, let alone just being like on a cruise ship. It was phenomenal.
But
We're
I
gonna
say for
be
your
on the
first time, you're
drink.
probably not going to get it anyway.
What?
Get what?
So for the first cruise, if you're a very first Disney cruise person, chances of you actually getting that paleo and just enjoy the free shit that comes on the ship
Oh,
anyway for your first one.
I
You don't have
my
to
first
pay
one, I had
extra.
no trouble. No, you don't have to, but like if you want a nice evening, like 100% kid free, it was it was amazing. And you can try, like, this sounds silly, but you can try water from other places. And I will tell you, if you have the option to try Icelandic water, it's worth it. It does taste better.
Icelandic water. Okay.
All right.
We got votes on it. Ashley said it's banging. Amy said it's good. Amazing. I'll take it. I'll try it if I ever go. They're expensive. I do work with somebody
Not really
one-on-one.
though.
No?
If you look at Royal, for example, they nickel and dime you for every freaking thing.
Royal
So, and
Best is
whereas on the Disney cruise, a lot of that is already included.
Yeah, like your sodas. You can bring
Hmm
up to like a 6 pack of beer or like two bottles of wine or
2 bottles of
something.
wine per
Two
person.
bottles
Yeah.
of wine per
for
person.
the last 10 minutes.
And not being a huge drinker, it lasted a long time for me.
You'll never be able to cruise anything else. I don't know. Those celebrity
That's a
cruises
fact.
those celebrity cruises are nice.
Once you go on Disney, though, it's like
Anyone
I
going
went to
on the Rise and
Virgin.
Run cruise?
No,
I'm not.
We are.
Oh, me too.
Who said we are?
Beth and Mike.
Nice.
Yeah, we're
Jealous.
excited.
So the more I'm learning about Royal, I'm like, man, this shit's getting expensive.
Right?
Well, now you know people on there, more people on there. That's fun.
That's awesome.
I like it.
So we are going on our cruise the 8th through the 12th. And I guess that since schools aren't out, they wanted to fill some rooms because we got this cruise for pretty cheap and we ended up getting a veranda and everything for both of us for 1900, I think.
Oh, what ship?
Dream.
Okay. So out of Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. Yeah, and we got plane tickets pretty cheap out of Charlotte too. So we're pretty stoked. And we went through Magic Mountain. So giving them some credit and they've been awesome.
That's a win. The last-ish minute and going when I hate to say it, like people that have kids can't go because it minimizes pool. That's what we do almost every time, and it's such a difference in the price. It's like versus going in the summer, in the dead of the summer. Oh, Ashley loves the dream. I know I've been seeing all this other stuff, but I just found out I have a one-on-one client that she's a cast member for the cruise line. She's like, I can get you a discount. I was like, I think my mother-in-law can too, which she's terrible with that stuff. And she goes, oh, is your mother-in-law cast? She can get you the better discount. She goes, it's cheaper for you. She ran the price for me. It's cheaper for me to bring my mother-in-law and pay for an additional room for her and she's like, yeah, it'll come out cheaper than just one room if you pay for your mother-in-law to go. And I'm like, but then I also have to go on a cruise with my mother-in-law. And sweet woman, pray for me on Thursday. Pray for me. She's wonderful. Thoughts and prayers.
Does Kim
Princess to
know?
Alaska.
Does
Huh?
she hear you? Could she hear you?
What would come out of her mouth? No, I know we ran long. I got to go feed the family too. And by the family, it means Tom. Princess to Alaska had a tiny issue in the toilet the first day. It was fixed quickly and no other issues. The only time I've ever had that happen when we stayed at Epic for my birthday, our anniversary, there was an issue in the toilet when we checked into the room, aka it was not flushed and there was something there. I'll leave it at that. And let's just say I had a very nice free dinner at the rooftop restaurant at Epic Universe, with everything on the house of Universal because I was like, dude, there is something in there. So I'm going to leave you with that.
Was it a
before
baby
we all
Ruth?
go. What?
Was it a baby Ruth?
Yep, we're going to leave you at that before I go eat dinner. We'll be back on schedule Thursday at 6:30 next week. No
Happy
changes.
Thanksgiving, folks.
You took it right from me, you turkey shirt.
I was trying to be nice. Go ahead. You can finish out.
Yes, have a happy Thanksgiving. Everybody make good decisions. And by good decisions, eat the pie.
Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Good
Happy
night.
Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Bye.